Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and another week on maternity leave. It is currently Tuesday. We are going to have a day out. You're laughing at me, aren't you? We're going to have a little day with my dad today, so Harper's papa. Harper is actually 2 months old today, which has completely blown my mind. I can't believe I gave birth 2 months ago. It's so weird because it feels like Harper's been here forever, but at the same time, it's gone by so quickly. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of eating an apple. This is my breakfast. It is an absolute scorcher of a week. I'm pretty sure it's not dipping below 24 degrees every single day this week. So my main goal is to keep, you laughing at me, is to keep her nice and cool. To be honest, we're probably going to stay inside a lot of the week because I just don't want her out in the sunlight, whilst obviously her skin is so delicate and it's not protected. Oh, and if you're new here, I just thought I'd say hi because I've had a lot of new subscribers. I think a lot of people found me through my last vlog. I'm Alice, I'm 27. I just had a baby 8 weeks ago. I'm a first time mum and I'm kind of documenting this like motherhood journey. I do also have like hobbies and interests outside of being a mum, but I'm not gonna lie, don't really have much time for any of those right now. And that is absolutely fine. And I'm embracing this new season of life in which 99% of my time is spent looking after, thinking about, holding, cuddling, feeding Harper. It's all Harper, which I'm actually loving, to be fair. I was sharing a lot of my pregnancy journey and obviously my postpartum journey over on TikTok and Instagram, and I thought it was about time that I made the move over to YouTube. So thanks for joining me here, and hopefully I can keep this thing up over the next few weeks, months, years, and we can see how I manage to hopefully thrive in this motherhood era. And I think we're going to go and have a little look around a local garden centre. There's a really nice farm shop there, so we'll go and do that. And then I've got an appointment at the hospital at about 1 o'clock because I've got this little bump on my skin which came up whilst I was pregnant. It looks like a spot, but it's actually like a little it's like a little lump of like flesh. It sounds so gross, but when I was pregnant, it was like bleeding a lot. So I went to the doctors, they referred me to the dermatologist. When I saw them whilst I was pregnant, they said they didn't think it was anything like malicious. They thought it was just a little growth that had happened whilst I was pregnant. And they gave me the option to either have it removed there or wait until I gave birth and see if it just cleared up. So obviously it's still here. I've got to make the decision as to whether I want them to take it off my face or not, because if they take it off, then it might leave a scar on my skin, but obviously then it won't be a bump. So at the minute it's obviously like a little bump. It was a lot worse at one point. It was quite big, and like I said, it was bleeding a lot, but it's not been like that for months now. Or if they just leave it, I guess it could go away on its own, but it's been there for a while now. I thought it might disappear after I gave birth and like all my hormones went back to normal, but it's still here. Also, when I was editing my last vlog, I realised, first of all, my skin didn't look that great. I know I mentioned it in the video, but I'd massively broken out. And I'm trying to figure out the colour grading on this camera because I look grey in a lot of that video. I need to get some better editing software. At the minute, I'm just using that iMovie, which you can't really edit like the colours and stuff. So when I'm shooting it, the camera, I'm using the like automatic settings, but I've heard that they're not like that great. And I could tell when I was watching it back, I looked completely grey. But I also noticed that my lips was so dry and cracked, it was distracting me for the whole video. They looked gross, to be honest. So that has fully made me realise that I need to drink more water and take a little bit better care of my lips and stop coming on camera looking so crusty and dusty. Because currently chilling in her little Baby Bjorn bouncer. We were very kindly gifted this from the Baby Bjorn team, and she has only been using it for 2 days, and it's made me wonder why I didn't get one straight away. So many people recommended this, and when I put it on my story yesterday, I had about 10 different messages from people saying that they use it and they love it. She just loves sitting and chilling in there, and obviously she can like kick her legs and bounce herself. I usually like bounce it with my foot, and yesterday I managed to have a really nice shower in peace, even though she wasn't asleep. Like normally I have to wait for her to have a nap, but I managed to just put her in this and she was chilling, she was laughing, she was smiling. So I think this could be a win, you know. Dad should be here in about 40 minutes, so I'm just gonna sit, have a little bit of, this is not a good breakfast, but we don't have any food in, so I'm having an apple and a Kind bar. Yeah, it's red hot. I love these old greenhouses. They're so aesthetic. We are just at the garden centre now. I need to get a little hat for Harper. I keep having to put my hand on her head because I'm just worried about it catching the sun. There's not actually any plants really that I need for the garden. We've got a whole project that we need to do in there at some point. So I'm trying not to buy any more plants until we have it properly like landscaped and we've got the patio sorted and stuff. But we'll just have a little look around and then we'll probably go into the farm shop and maybe get a little sausage roll or a snack or something. And there's also a little gift shop. Maybe have a look in there. Don't think we'll have time to go in the gallery today. Got loads of tomatoes. I love the smell of tomato plants. You know, the vines. Talking to you. We just walked inside and they've got jelly cats. They've got all the new cheeses. Tom would actually... Look at this. Dad, look. It's a camembert. How cute is that? Sourdough.
What's that?
That's not a jelly cat. That's like a little troll thing. What's that meant to be? What kind of cheese is that? Goat's cheese. Goat's cheese. Brie.
Or a paint roller.
Parmesan. God, they've look like they've been emptied out. They've hardly got any. Such a nice day. Have a little look round the shop. There might be something to buy here. You never know. I know. They're the best tomatoes you can buy. Get some of the little ones. Oh, that big green one as well.
That one?
Yeah. A couple of the yellow ones, please. Maybe I might get a couple of these like plummy ones here, and I'm gonna get that. Gonna get some of this meat, I think. Been back home for a couple of hours now, to be fair. Turn that off. Just been watching the tennis, which is at Queen's at the minute, in prep for Wimbledon, which I absolutely love watching Wimbledon. I don't play tennis, never played tennis like outside of just hitting a ball randomly, but I absolutely love watching Wimbledon. I watch it every single year. I've never actually been able to go because I've never managed to get tickets on the ballot, and it's a bit of a trek for me to just sit in the queue and hope that I can get in. Anyway, so I've just been watching that. I thought I would do a little haul because I bought some food in the farm shop. So I'm going to show you guys what I got. I know I said I needed to do a food shop. This is not going to be enough to last us for the week, but it's enough for today, which means that I don't have to go out again. It was the Welbeck farm shop. I think it's called like the Dukeries. The garden centre is called Dukeries Garden Centre, I think. And then Welbeck is the estate, but I just love going in there. So I've got... Oh my god. I did get some cookies, but these have already been opened and eaten. We also got... Dad got a sausage roll. I got a Scotch egg. And then we got like a little drink each. So I got a pork pie. Tom and I love a pork pie. And I feel like if you get one from a farm shop or a butcher's, they're just so much nicer than the ones you get in the supermarket. These looked banging. These are pork belly like fillets with garlic, rosemary and sea salt. Tom and I absolutely love pork belly. Obviously not the healthiest meat you can eat, but it tastes bloody good. Salt and pepper chicken wings. These will be perfect for just like an easy tea one night. Some Mediterranean lamb kebabs. I love like anything that's minted and lamb. 10 out of 10. I also have some tzatziki in the fridge, so I was thinking we could have that for tea tonight. Minted lamb breast, which I don't know if I've ever bought lamb breast before. I'd normally get a chop, I guess, or like a rack of lamb. Massive cucumber. I think this was only like £1 as well. And then my favourite thing, which I always get whenever I go to that farm shop, especially in the summer, are the tomatoes. I think I showed you, my dad like picked them all out for me, but I just got loads of different ones. So I got like this massive green one, a few of these like orange pepper shaped ones, some yellow tomatoes, I've got some vine tomatoes in there, Got this little dinky one, and I just love these, cut up with a bit of salt and pepper, and they'll probably be my lunch for the next few days, to be honest. A little snack. I think that was it. I didn't go crazy in there. Put these in the fridge. Oh, my dad already put this in the fridge, but I also got a big stick of butter because we just ran out. But butter is one of those things that I'm always happy to pay a little bit more for, to get really nice butter. I love a block of Cornish butter with like salt crystals in, but I picked up this one. It's luxury Jersey butter, Longley Farm. I've had their yogurts quite a lot in the past with cracked sea salt in, and it's just delicious, especially on like a really thick piece of toast, because you get like the salt crystals that like melt in your mouth. Oh my god. Not quite sure what's going on with this hair today. I had it in a plait yesterday, but like a plait that was in a ponytail, so the top is flat and the bottom's wavy. It's weird. I used to have like a bit of a wave to my hair when I was younger, and I think the last few weeks, weirdly, since I gave birth, I've noticed my hair having a bit of a wave to it again. This obviously isn't natural, this from having it in a plait, but if I have a shower and leave it, which I guess, I don't know whether it's happened more since I gave birth, like my hair's changed, or whether I'm just noticing it because I'm just not getting a chance to like give myself a proper blow dry. Maybe it's that, because I guess before I had Harper, I wouldn't really leave my hair just to dry naturally. I would always blow dry it because otherwise it would just look kind of frizzy. But in the last few weeks, obviously I've not really had much time to do myself a proper blow dry, and I've noticed it being a little bit wavy at the bottom, so it could just be that, to be fair. I guess it's more likely that. I highly doubt that my hair texture has changed that drastically since I had it. It looks like it could do with a good wash, but I washed it a couple of days ago. I think I just didn't rinse my conditioner out very well, so I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm absolutely loving H&M at the minute. I know I spoke a lot about those shorts in my last video, and I found these denim shorts, which I tried on, initially didn't like, and then I put them on TikTok and everyone said that I needed to keep them. So I did, and I'm actually really loving them because they're very comfortable. They're obviously slightly longer, which I think is actually quite flattering on me. It makes my legs look a bit longer and slimmer, and they fit me pretty well. I did have to size up a size, so I got these in an 18. The 16 were just way too small, but yeah, I feel like they're quite flattering, and probably the only pair of denim shorts that I've felt confident enough to wear in the last like 4 years. At the hospital, my skin, they just basically said it all looks fine now and they think it'll go away on its own. So I've still got to be under their care for the next 3 months, so they can't discharge me for another 3 months. But if in 3 months nothing's changed, then they'll just automatically discharge me and I don't have to go back. So I didn't even need to get it taken off. They think it will just kind of like disappear, which is good because that means hopefully I won't have a scar there. Tom's mum and dad bought us this air conditioning unit for Christmas. I think it was a couple of years ago now, and actually such a banging Christmas present because it's been worth its weight in gold. It is genuinely saving me in this heat wave. Our house gets so hot because it's a new build. So in here, even with that aircon unit on, it is currently 24 degrees. Harper's just in a sleep down here. But yeah, if we didn't have that on, I think it'd probably be like 26, 27 degrees in here, which is so uncomfortable. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. There's very few things that I dislike more than being too hot. I would 100% rather be too cold. I think it was, I can't remember who I saw talking about this the other day. Was it Molly May? Was talking about how she just prefers cold, wet days. Like she loves a cozy rainy day, and I'm exactly the same. I always think that I'm craving summer, and then as soon as summer comes, I'm like, nah, I'm actually not a fan of this. It's way too hot, and I just feel so uncomfortable and overstimulated, especially with having a newborn baby. That is enough overstimulation. You don't need it to be red hot as well. So that's not my favourite. I love a cozy rainy day, and I can't remember last time we had one of those. In fact, I'm pretty sure we haven't had one since Harper was born, and that's obviously over 8 weeks ago now, so it's just been dry and hot. I was about to say good morning then, but I think it's 12 o'clock. It is Wednesday today. I'm just about to make myself a very late breakfast brunch because we were out this morning. Harper had her 8-week jabs, which I was so nervous about, but it wasn't too bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not very nice to see your like baby in pain, but she probably cried for about a minute, and by the time we'd left the doctor's office she was fine again. I've just given her some Calpol and she's having a good sleep now, so hopefully she'll be alright this afternoon. They say to give them Calpol for the rest of the day, like 2 more doses, so every 6 hours, just in case they get a temperature. So I'll be keeping that up. I'm making myself a little late breakfast. I'm actually going to make some breakfast tacos, which I haven't had in ages, and I was basically scraping a barrel trying to think what on earth could I make myself for breakfast, because we've got no fruit in. I just need to go to the shop. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I know so many people told me to do online food shops, and for some reason every single day I'm like, right, I'm going to sort that out today. I'm going to do my online food shop for tomorrow. Never do it. I'd really love to get us out for a walk this afternoon. I'm going to see how hot it ends up being. It's supposed to be, I think, like 26 degrees today. Let's have a look. 25. Ooh, 25 degrees by 3 o'clock. If I was going to go out for a walk, probably should have done it this morning, because it's not going to get cooler until 9 p.m. Maybe we just sit in the garden. We've got a nice big like umbrella, so maybe we'll sit out there instead. Sorry, this is not my vibe. It doesn't drop below 21 degrees is the coolest day that we've got for the next 2 weeks. That's on Tuesday. Sorry guys, I know some people are going to be like, you should make the most of the warm weather. I hate it. It's not for me. Let's have a look at this avocado. That is literally picture perfect. I put a pan in the sink a little bit too loudly, and now Harper's awake just as I've finished my little tacos. She only was asleep for 28 minutes, which is not very long. We could have really done with an hour there because she's not had a long nap this morning, but I'll see if I can get back to sleep. But I have a feeling she's awake. This is my little breakfast tacos. So I've got my bacon, avocado, eggs, and then I made myself a little iced coffee. Yeah, I will have to enjoy that one-handed, or maybe she'll have a little nap on me, maybe a little contact nap. Good thing about a taco, I can eat it with one hand, I don't need any cutlery, so it's a perfect contact nap snack. You get good at figuring out which kind of foods, like any kind of like fruit, berries, great, mango pot, can scram that. I like making like these little snack plates, like lots of little cut up bits of veg and stuff like that I can just pick at, because otherwise I find it hard to eat some days. Perfect solution. Harper's in the bouncer. Also, I did put some Pyrenees on these because I realised they looked a little bit anemic, lacking some seasoning, but I'm going to eat this now and hopefully, I mean it's going to be cold, but it should taste good. I fear this lighting might be terrible. Is this going to help? No. It's a few hours later. Harper's been a little bit upset this afternoon. She's just been, I can tell she's not feeling herself, obviously after having her jabs. Yeah, she's been a little bit out of sorts this afternoon. She's just been very sleepy, but then when she has been awake, just crying and very upset. Until I would say about an hour ago, she just started to perk up and seem a little bit more like herself. But I did give her another, she's allowed 3 doses of Calpol, and she had a second dose, so that might have like kicked in and helped. Tom is obviously back from work now, and I've just come out of the house. We need a few bits from the shop. I was like, I'm gonna just get this done this afternoon, and also, to be honest, I felt like I just needed a little bit of time just on my own. I feel like I was trying to think about it, and I can't remember the last time I came out and about on my own without Harper. Maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, but I don't do it very often. And I just thought I need a little bit of time. All I'm going to do is have a little look around Morrison. I also have some work that I need to finish with a brand. I literally need to send it in tomorrow. And I was just going to do it at home and just like do it in the bedroom while Tom was with Harper downstairs. But I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do it while I'm in the car. Like out of the house, no distractions, and just get it done. Because I tried to do it yesterday whilst Tom was like with her. And then ended up getting distracted and it just didn't get finished. And I was like, I need to get this done, you know? I like to be punctual. So I'm going to get that done. I just got a little bit of editing and a voiceover to do. And then I will head back home. So I'll probably only be half an hour. But just a little bit of half an hour, a little bit of time to myself. I would just wish this Morrison's was like, Morrison's is not the best shop. You know, when you just want to go around and look at stuff and like waste a bit of time. Sainsbury's, Tesco's, you can do that. Morrison's, not really. Like, their like clothing section is not really given. They don't really have a good like skincare and like makeup section. Whereas I feel like big Tesco, big Sainsbury's. A big Sainsbury's is probably my favourite, to be honest, because they have Habitat in there, so all the home stuff is very cute. Morrison's is not really the same vibe, so I don't really think I can waste that much time in here, but let's see what we come out with. It is now Thursday. I got home from the shop last night. I was going to do like a little haul and show you what I got, but Harper had been a little bit upset, shall we say, whilst I was out. I think, yeah, the jabs were just affecting her a little bit, so I ended up just giving her lots of cuddles, a nice big feed, and then she did actually go down for a proper good sleep. Making myself a little iced coffee. Harper's just having a nap just over there. And yeah, we actually haven't really got anything planned at all this week. I feel like this vlog is going to end up being really boring, but I'm really scared to go out and about and do things whilst it's this hot. I'm really scared of overheating, so my solution for that is just for us to not really go and do any activities out of the house, but it's kind of making me depressed because I really like going out for walks and just getting her out in the pram or the carrier, but I definitely don't want to put her in the carrier, it's way too hot. Maybe we could go to like a cafe or something this afternoon. There's a nice cafe in town which is pretty like, I find it very breastfeeding friendly, kid friendly, there's always other mums in there. So we could maybe go and do that, and they probably would have aircon in there as well, so that could be a shout actually. I actually took Beans to the vets this morning, and Tom's mum came to watch Harper whilst I went, because Beans, we actually got her spayed a couple weeks ago, was it last week? So she just had like a post-op check-in. She was absolutely fine. She's been like really nice. It's gonna sound so weird. She's always been a nice, friendly cat, but she was not very affectionate. Like, she would not come and sit on your lap. She wouldn't come and give you a cuddle. She would not come over like when you call her. She'd just kind of like look at you and be like, babes, you can come to me. But since she's been spayed, I feel like she's been way more, like, she just seems a lot more interested in us. Like, she's coming to sit with us. Obviously, she can't come in our room at night at the minute because Harper's sleeping in there. But she did. I woke up for a night feed a couple nights ago, and I let her in because I could hear her outside our door whilst I was up with Harper. And she just came in, got on the bed, and then just fell asleep on Tom's leg. And I was like, that is so cute. And she would do that before, but once in a blue moon. So I'm wondering if, since she's been spayed, she might end up being a little bit more of like a cuddly cat, which I would absolutely love, because there's nothing I love more than being sat on the sofa and just giving a little cuddle. I really need to sort out this camera angle, because I feel like all you guys saw in that last vlog was my chin and my tits. So we just need to figure something out which is a little bit more flattering. I think I mentioned the tripod on this is like really flat, so I need to do something about that. Got myself a little farm shop lunch. These are some of the tomatoes I bought. It's a very green plate. They're so nice. I've just had a couple. So I've got one big green one, a couple of the yellow ones, a bit of cucumber, some leftover avocado from yesterday, and some pork pie, which I don't know if this is going to fill me up for very long, but at least I'm getting all my veggies in, eh? Feels so wrong and depressing to be sat with all the curtains closed, but this room just gets way, way, way too hot. And we did have an aircon unit, and it's broken. It's not working, so that is an absolute nightmare. Do you know what I've just thought we could maybe do? Once Harper wakes up, maybe we could go to B&Q. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I really want to get some paint samples for our bedroom because I want to get that room decorated. I just need to plan it out. So usually what I do, I'll show you on my phone, I plan out like every room in the house on Canva. I create these like interior design like schemes so that I can just check that everything works together. Let's see if I've got one on here. This is like an example of one that I did for my dad for his hallway. So I match up like the paint colours and the flooring and stuff and just check what works. This is Harper's, that's like a sneak preview of Harper's nursery. So that's like one side, and I've got another side there. And it's just to make sure all the colours work together. I did one for the living room as well before we moved in here. That was like my initial plan for Harper's room. So it was going to be like this vintage floral vibe. And then I changed my mind and decided to do something with a little bit more like colour and a bit more fun. But yeah, I also did our living room before we moved in, and it just really helps me like collect my thoughts, because I find that if I just order random bits and bobs, it just never ends up looking cohesive. And I love the process of like planning a room. Oh, here we go. You can see this was like my living room. Get rid of that. This was the living room design that I did before we moved in. So that's like the rug that we've already got, the sofa, and then I just mixed and matched a few other bits whilst I was like trying out. It's a really good way to do it. Oh, look, I must have started one for our bedroom at some point. This is when I was in my like organic modern interiors era, which is very much, it involves combining lots of woods with like black and white. But I think it's not really my vibe anymore. I'm really liking more traditional interiors instead. So I'm going to do an updated version of that. That is our bed though, so I think I can use that to like start again. What time is it now? 2 o'clock. We've got time to go. I'll wait till she wakes up. She'll need a feed and then we can go. Also, I apologise in advance. I feel like this has just not been the most exciting video because, like I said, we've not really been out and about doing much. But, you know, some weeks are like that. This is the reality of being on maternity leave and not wanting to spend loads of money. I feel like you could be out and about doing things every day, but first of all, I run out of ideas and then I just end up resorting to going shopping, which is not what we need to be doing right now. I should definitely be saving my pennies instead. So yeah, sometimes the weeks and the days can look a little bit boring and it can feel like Groundhog Day sometimes. So if anyone's got any ideas of stuff that we can do on maternity leave that... Oh, I think someone might be waking up. If anyone's got any ideas of bits and bobs that they do whilst we're on the maternity leave with their baby that aren't really expensive but manage to like make the weeks go quicker or the days go quicker, let me know. I want to take her to some baby classes and baby groups. Haven't done any of them yet. I don't know why. I was a little bit like nervous to do them when I was in that really early newborn phase, because I guess I was just getting to grips with understanding her and getting a bit more confident with taking her out of the house. But I feel like now, I feel like I'm in the mum era. Like I feel really confident with it now, and I feel like I've got to know her cues and I can tell what she wants before she even like wants it. So I really want to do some baby classes, like some sensory classes. I can't wait to take her swimming. I absolutely love going swimming anyway. And she loves being in the water. She absolutely loves bath time. So I'm really excited to do that. But the classes for that don't start until she's 3 months old. So we've got a few more weeks yet. So I just need to find some like local groups and actually go along to them. We have made it to B&Q. Harper was a little bit difficult to get out of the house, but I got to the point where I was like, I cannot sit in here anymore. It's way too hot. And I thought, at least there's air conditioning in here. So she's asleep now in her car seat. I'm just gonna maybe wait until she wakes up or try and do the transfer and then we'll head in. I'm gonna have a look, I think at Farrow & Ball. I'm pretty sure they've also got lick paints in here. And then I might have a look at Dulux, but I feel like they never really changed the colours up much at Dulux, and I'm trying to decide whether to go for like a really nice like neutral shade or whether I need to be a bit bolder and do some colour in there. I just like the bedroom to feel quite like calm, relaxing. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is some panelling behind the bed and then just keep it nice and neutral, calming, maybe like a warm toned, although we have got warm toned like neutrals all around the house. I should really mix it up a bit, shouldn't I? It sounds a bit boring, but I just know what I like. I think I'm going to do these 4 as testers and we'll see how we get on. They have got lick in here, but they've only got the like stick-on samples, and I really want to paint them on the walls because the room has different light in each corner. And also, you have to pay £2 for one of these, which I don't know. I think that's a bit pricey for a sticker. I picked up 4 paint samples. They're all Farrow and Ball just because I really like their colours, but sometimes if I'm doing a large room, like probably in this room, we'd need at least probably 5 litres. I get it mixed in Valspar paint, so it's the same colour but just works out a little bit cheaper. So I picked up 4 different colours. They're all kind of off-white neutral shades. I've got Skimming Stone, Shadow White, Slipper Satin and Schoolhouse White. So I'm going to put a little bit of each one on the wall over here, which these sockets do my head in because I just think, I get why they've done it. It's for people that might want a TV, but if you don't want a TV, then you've just got sockets in the middle of your wall. It's so ugly. In terms of plans in this room, so this bed will stay the same. The bedside table is going to stay the same. I'm going to get rid of these lamps. I bought some lights that go on the wall because my camera just died in the middle of me doing that, so I've just had to plug it in, so I can't really move properly around the room. But what I was saying is I'm going to get rid of the lamps, and I've got some more lights because the room's not very big in terms of, like, it's quite a long room, but it's not very wide. I think the wall lights will be so much better because it'll just give us a lot more space on the bedside tables and it should look a little bit less cluttered. I am thinking about changing these pictures. I painted these when we first moved in and I still really like them, but I think I'm going to put them somewhere else in the house. I might even put them in the spare bedroom. I just feel like maybe we could do with something a little bit more traditional in here. They're quite modern. So yeah, I think we might change those out. I'm going to paint the room first and then we'll see where we're at because I don't want to take on a whole massive project and change loads in here. Something that we will get done eventually is all of these I would like to be turned into built-in wardrobes because it just looks so messy. We got IKEA packs when we first moved in and I'm a big packs fan, to be honest. I think they're really good value. The storage systems are good. They just don't fit perfectly in this space. There's always a gap at either side. I know I could probably do that packs hack where you make them look like built-in wardrobes, but let's be honest, I don't have the time or the energy to do that. So I would really like to actually get some properly built in. I think we'll keep it a similar layout where we'll have 2 wardrobes here maybe, some shelves, and then we were never a TV in the bedroom family until I got pregnant. And when I was having like days where I was just absolutely knackered or evenings where I wanted to go to bed really early, I just felt I would really like to have the TV in the room and just get cozy and watch a film. And it's just not gone away, especially like in those newborn days when we would just stay in bed till like 1 o'clock. We were watching the TV a lot. And now I've realised I actually quite like having a TV in the bedroom. So we're going to need somewhere for there to be space to have a TV. We could, I'm thinking, have like drawers put in and then space above, maybe with some panelling behind, like tongue and groove panelling, for the TV to still be here. Or we could actually utilise this, which I was just talking about with these plugs. Put a TV on the wall that's got a bracket that comes out, so then we can like pull it out and we can watch it when we're in bed. I absolutely love the frame TVs. We've got a frame TV downstairs and I really want to get one for up here. I just think they look so much nicer than a regular telly. Aesthetically, I think it would just complete the room. So yeah, we might get one there or keep it there. I haven't decided yet. I did just put the first sample on here. So this one's Slipper Satin. I've really liked this. It looks very grey on camera, but it's actually a little bit of a warmer white, a little bit creamy, but it's got a nice neutral undertone. It's not too yellowy, because I do think what we've got in the hallway here, which is not finished, that's a job that we should probably finish first, because you can see it just stops. This is definitely like quite a sandy, warm white colour. It's called Joa's White by Farrow and Ball. So I want something that's a little bit more cool tone than that. I think that looks really nice. I'm going to put the other ones on, but the camera is about to die. So I'm going to paint them on and then I'll come back and show you guys the different options that we've got. Samples are all up and I've also done some above the bed here, because obviously the bed upholstery is going to stay the same colour, so I just want to make sure it looks right. I accidentally got some on the TV. I don't know what to do about that. Like, obviously this plastic bit I can just wipe with a cloth, but kind of wipe the screen. I don't want it to dry on there because okay, I'm gonna get a cloth. Just got a baby wipe out the caddy. Oh, okay, that's fine. I genuinely then thought Tom's gonna kill me. I mean, we need to replace his TV anyway because it's so old. You can't get like half of the apps on it. Like, you can't get Disney or Now TV, and every time you use YouTube it just switches off. So it needs replacing, but still don't really want to get paint all over it. So these are our 4 colours. They're definitely showing up a little bit more grey on the camera, I think. I am leaning towards either Slipper Satin, which is this one here, or Schoolhouse White, which is that one. I feel like this one is a little bit too dark and this one's way too grey. It almost looks purple in here. So I'm going to ask Tom's opinion and we'll see if he says the same ones as me. Guarantee he says the 2 that I have said I don't like. Perfect timing! Blur her face out.
Oh my god, it's nice in here.
I know, it's so cold in here, isn't it? I want to see if you pick the same ones as me.
Ones?
There's 2 that I like that I'm trying to choose between. That are my favourites.
I'll be honest, none of them are screaming out to me, but those 2.
Okay. I said either this one,
yeah,
or that one.
Cool.
If you look at them...
School Lane White? School what?
Schoolhouse White.
Oh.
That's... So the 3rd one in.
Yeah.
Or the first one is the first one there. It's weird how dark... They look way darker on that wall. I mean, obviously, because this is opposite the window. That's why you have to test them on different walls.
Oh, this pre-work, baby. Hey?
And then I'm going to have to figure out... I'm going to have to get my dad round. And he can watch Harper so that I can get a paint in, because this room's really awkward. It's going to be so awkward to paint this room because it's so small.
There's some shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs clearing out of here. But that's why I'm excited to do it. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more of a therapeutic space.
Why doesn't Mummy and Harpy go to Papa's? And Daddy can do it because Mummy's done the rest of the house. Daddy can do it one weekend.
You can paint it.
Yeah.
Well, we can do it together. I like painting. I did get some paint on the TV, but I wiped it off. I was just saying, like, none of the apps work on there. Like, you can't get Disney Plus. You can't get Now TV.
Oh, God.
You can't watch live telly.
Oh, no.
You can't watch live telly on it.
In?
And it turns off every time I play a YouTube video on there for some reason.
It's because it's tailored to my choices. We're close to a cry, aren't we?
Okay, someone needs feeding, I think. It's Sunday today, but I've realised I didn't end this vlog off and I've already started filming the next one. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Next week, hopefully we'll get stuck into this decorating. Sorry if you can hear that noise. Tom's just carting the aircon unit up. Anyway, what I was saying was thank you so much for watching. And please subscribe if you haven't already. We've almost hit 1k subscribers, which I can't quite believe. Thank you so much for everyone's support. And yeah, I'll see you in the next vlog where hopefully we might get stuck into either decorating this room, or if not, I'm determined to get the hallway finished because we can't just be leaving that half decorated. It's driving me insane. So it might be a little bit more of an exciting video next week. We might actually get some stuff done, might see some progress. But thank you for watching.